Right, hi everyone. Welcome to the second episode of Endgame Cards in FIFA Ultimate 22. Right. So as you can see from the title, we'll focus on the midfielders in this episode. So let's quickly jump into the discussion. So before we just jump into the midfield list, I wanted to quickly thank you for the support on the defenders list. Right, I hope I can provide value content in the upcoming videos as well, and you know get the support from you all. Cool. So we'll start with the CDMs. uh, right, so before we just start on the CDMs list, I wanted to quickly help understand the way I have decided this player. So for me, CDM position is the most important position on the pitch, right? Probably after strikers, because they are there to kind of score and win the matches, but CDMs are the one who actually start the attack, and also they are the ones who act as shield for your back four. So they need to have certain characteristics which are very important, and hence we only have like 7 plus 2 9 cards in this list, because these are the cards that have those characteristics which are required, right? So I'm talking only about the base card stats, right? There will be few cards probably who might meet the criteria after giving specific chemistry styles, which we are not discussing about those cards, right? And again, on the CDM list, so probably we'll divide this into two different scenarios. Let's assume we are using a formation with two CDMs, which I personally do. And so if we are using something which is like two CDMs, one would be your pure out and out destroyer, like stay back CDM, and the other would be slightly forward, like balanced CDM. So we'll also divide these cards into these two categories. So we'll start with Wijnaldum, recent card. I think this has to be one of the best midfielders in the game, right? So I'll not go deep into these individual cards because we have a lot to cover in today's episode. And Wijnaldum, where will he go? He will go into my box to box CDM, right? So he'll probably be my stopping the attack CDM also, but will also provide some support in my attack. uh, Mendy, again box to box, and I think this trait, finish shot trait, is very useful. He can bang in those long range goals. Definitely one of the best cards who can be used as CDM slash CM. Renato, again the rat of FIFA. He should definitely be used as a box to box, not as a CDM, because he can give you those long range goals as well. Kimpembe, one of the best payback CDMs, definitely one of the best payback CDMs. So, and the best part of Kimpembe is he's left footed, right? So we don't really have those many cards. I mean, probably yes, with the 5-star themes all around last 1.5 months, so there might be few cards, but the left-sided player, I think this is pretty rare. So definitely one of the best payback CDMs. So one from German league. Yeah, again, he does not have any kind of trades, but yes, one of the best stayback CDMs. DePaul, strange one, but I believe he has those characteristics which fulfill the center mid requirement or the CDM requirement for the matter, right? I can easily squeeze him in the box to box kind of CDM role. Casemiro, again destroyer, proper destroyer, proper stayback CDM. So if we are looking in a formation of two CDMs, so I would obviously use one as my stayback and the other would be like box to box. So in stayback scenarios, I would probably go with either of Kimpembe or Casemiro, right? I mean, we can also go with both of these players because they do offer something in the attacks, because they all have high work rates. But I would rather go with one among these, and the other would probably be Renato or Mendy, like, I mean, or probably Wijnaldum, right? Just depends on the links, because nowadays all these cards are pretty much similar, and it also depends on the personal preference, right? So these are purely on the center mid lists, and we also have two entries from left backs, or from the full backs, right? So this is Theo. I can use him. uh, I would not probably use him as a box to box, right, because he has low finishing, but as a stay back CDM, yes, a destroyer. I mean, he has near enough perfect pace. You just have to probably give him a backbone or even a guardian or sentinel. I mean, it just depends like how we want to use Guerrero again. Like I mentioned yesterday, one of the most complete card, can use him anywhere, but I would not do that. When he has the stats, he does have those all the stats, but I would not, because of the height, right? So this position is definitely something that we need to focus on the height, because you need this physical presence. Cool. So this was a very short list CDMs. Quickly moving on to the center mid list. Alright, again we'll divide this into different categories. One would be your stay back CB center mid, and the other would be your get into the box, or probably more attacking one. Right, so let's assume that this is, I think, two center mid formations are like 4-3-1-2, 3-4-1-2, or probably even 4-1-2-1-2, right? uh, yeah, so I mean, if you're using this, so balance of the team is very important, right? So we cannot have two center mids who are pretty defensive minded, or both being attacking minded. So you need to have that balance. Probably one should be a little defensive but can offer something in the attack, but it's not required that he has to offer both attack and in defense. And the other one can be, he has to be good attacking wise but also decent in the defensive side of the game. So these are those cards, I believe, who are the proper end game cards. It just depends on the requirement, like the links and the team setup that we have. So quickly moving on, Wijnaldum again, just like we discussed in the last CDM list, one of the best midfielders. I would definitely use him as the box to box, right, not as a stay back CM. Barella, probably same category of Wijnaldum, proper box to box player. Mendy again, same category, proper box to box. So is Renato. Kimpembe, yes, he can be used as CM because he has everything that a CM should have: passing, dribbling. He also has height. So if you are using him as a CM, I would definitely use him as a stay back CM. DePaul, yes, box to box. So would be my stay back CM. I would not have so in the attacking area of the pitch, because I mean, he does have those finishing stats, but I would not use him because he can offer me something in the midfield, which probably I might not get in the attacking area of the pitch. Casemiro, a destroyer, definitely a stay back. So if you're using Casemiro as a stay back CM, right, not as a CDM, I would probably go with an engine chem style than a shadow or an anchor. Corona, yes, one of the meta cards, 5/5, right, a box to box beast. So he does lack something in the height, so we'll have to make sure that the other CM, who would probably be a little defensive side, should be tall enough, right? Guerrero, again, just like his right back version, he offers a lot in the game, and I would use him again as a complete box to box because he has everything. He has everything, just the height which is missing. Dempsey, again, a great card. He has the both high work rate. I would use him as a box to box, probably get into the box as well because he has that height and those long, I think, yeah, long shot taker. Probably I might give him a Deadeye, right? Deadeye, or it depends. Probably I think something which covers passing and defending aspect of his stats. Yeah, so definitely can be used as a CM. Should be one of the best CMs. This new card, not sure how do we pronounce his name. Let's call him Charles right now. Yes, obviously he has all the stats. He's a striker, right? His original position is striker, but I think he would be a great CM than a striker. And chem style on this card, yes, I would definitely try to improve his. I think I don't want to touch about his shooting because I think that's pretty good for a CM. Yes, interceptions are on the lower side, probably aggression as well, and on the curve as well. I mean, if you're probably aiming for those long range shots, it's important that the curve is probably in the high 90s. So it just depends how we want to use this. Obviously, he cannot be the stay back CM. He should definitely be your box to box. Then Rafinha, one of my favorite cards. I did not use him pretty much, but I used him like, I think in different positions. I used him as a RAM, as a cam, as a CM, CDM, as a right mid, because he has those great trades, right? And his base stats of long range shots, which is like short power, long shots, and even the curve. Yes, he should probably. I'll use him on the right side of my center midfield, and he would be my box to box. Pereira, great card, right? So if you're using three at the back formations, you can easily squeeze him in the CDM position like 3-5-2 or 3-4-1-2, and he can be your stay back CDM. Sorry, not stay back CDM, but stay back center mid. Probably I'll go with an Sentinel maybe, because his passing, pace, dribbling stats are already great. I would just increase his defending and physical stats. Theo, again a stay back center mid. I would not want him to have in front of goal because his finishing is quite on the lower side. Hedara, again, I think his finishing is on the lower side, but he offers great value in midfield because of his height, his physical presence, his physical stats, right? Again, probably an anchor or maybe a sentinel, yeah, because his passing ability is enough. I mean, it's not great, but it's probably something can be used, right? So yep, I think we are rushing, but that's important because the cam list that we have is humongous, thanks to VA, because they focus pretty much on the attackers. So this is the top 23 center attacking midfielders in the game, right? So again, this is purely on the base card stats. I know there might be few cards who probably might be on the same curve as most of these cards, but we'll have to provide that extra additional attributes via those chem styles, which you're not really looking into. This is purely on the base card stats. Starting with Pele, I think it's better to leave the first two cards. I think they are the definitions of a cam, like what a cam should be. I mean, among these two, I would definitely go with Messi, and I would rather use Pele as my striker because he has those jumping and heading accuracy, which obviously are not available in Messi's card. Yes, Messi, mine top. I think yeah, he should be like hashtag #1 in cam along with Salah. Dembele, yes, I would not use him as a striker again because his heading accuracy is pretty low. I mean, it depends, right? I mean, we don't really cross, but it's important to have heading stats for a striker, right? So I would not use Dembele as my striker, but yeah, rather a cam. Salah, yes, a great beast of a cam. I'm using him, like I think I've used him for yeah approximately 300 games, and he's just one of the best. Like, he just be around those edge of the box areas, be it left foot, right foot, he will finish. He will finish. Ginola, yes, he can be played as a cam, but there are certain traits, like in terms of attributes, he has everything for a cam, but because of his height and then those stats on physical or headers, right, I would probably use him as a striker than a cam, but he can be used as a cam, but it's better to use Ginola as a striker than a cam. Ribery, definitely a great cam, right? I've used him for like during I think last 1.5 month ago, and he was great there as a cam. I used him as a striker as well, just for few games, just to test his AI, and he has great AI, probably because of the high-low work rates. A great cam, and I would probably increase his, try to improve his long shots because you would need to have those long shots as a cam. I mean, if the if the opposite players are probably using drop back or crowding the defensive area, so you'll have to have this up your sleeve and just bang in one long range goal. Bale, again, great cam or even a striker. You can pretty much use Bale in any of those attacking positions. One of the great SPCs that we have had this year. Neymar, again, not really on the levels of Messi or Salah, but yes, again, one of the definitions of cam. He has everything that a cam should have, like those great touch. The strength is on the lower side, but I mean, as a cam, you are trying to dominate and make sure that you are giving all the proper passing, or even giving those coming into the late box entries. So he has everything except for the strength. which we can ignore because we don't really want cams to get into those positions where they are fighting for the ball. Ericsson, I missed this SBC, but I think he is one of the best cards, right? If I had this card, I would probably use him as a lamb because I use a 4-2-3-1 formation, and I would fit in Ericsson in place of Saint Maximin, whom I'm using as my lamb currently. Um, just a perfect lamb, or even a center mid, but I would not use him there because of the high medium. If I'm using this as a center mid, I would want probably an high work rate player there. But as a cam, right, central cam or even a lamb, the great option there, great option. Dybala, one of my favorite cards, right? Just put him in the central cam position or the right side, the ram, and he'll do the job. And thanks to EA, we got the upgrades, Alvarez and Perisic. So I would not use Alvarez as a cam. I mean, he can be played again, just like Ginola. He can be played as a cam because he has everything that a cam should have, but he is a better striker than a cam. Perisic, great cam, definitely great cam. Probably on the side positions, I probably may not use him in the central position, like the central cam. Probably I would use him as a lamb or a ram, right? If you're someone who crosses, definitely a lamb. If you're someone who want to cut inside and bang in those finish shots, a ram. But I would probably refrain from using Perisic as a central attacking midfielder. And Sanchez, Arsenal legend, great cam. Uh, he has everything. I think the composure is slightly on the lower side at this stage of the game, but he'll get the job done. He has those traits, everything again what a cam should have. Solskjaer, again a great card. Many of people used him. I mean, it's sad that he did not give any traits, but just in terms of base stats, he has everything that a cam should have. I would probably give him a hawk, maybe, yeah, because I would improve his short power or long shots and probably aggression. A great card to have. Di Natale, I was just there was this phase where I wanted his card desperately, but he was like approximately 2 million, so I was least bothered to even buy him because I did not have the coins. But he was one of the best cards, like probably 1.5 2 months ago, one of the best cards, right? Mainly because of the high low work rate, and again as a cam he has everything, but I would rather use him as a striker. Yeah, he would probably fit in as a better striker than a cam, but obviously you can use him as a cam as well. It's great that we have so many attacking options, so that's the downfall that we have this year, right? EA has pretty much focused on just the attacking aspect, and we have probably using the same old cards in the fullback section or even the midfield section. Gravenberg, yeah, we did not have him in the center mid list because of the low aggression. That's it. That's the only downfall, right? It's very important that your midfielders, right? By midfielders, I'm specifying the CDMs and CMs. They should have high aggression. By high, I mean at least 85 to 90 above is like the bare minimum at this stage. So hence we did not have him in the CM list. But obviously he can play there, but I would not because of the low aggression, right? But if you want someone who can act as that presence, and he also has those great passing stats, dribbling stats, shooting stats, pace, he has everything, a pretty well-rounded card. Can use him cam, CM, but I would probably use him as a cam than a CM because of low aggression. Koeman, yes, great card, definitely can use him in any of the attacking positions, but I would use him as my left attacking mid, which is Lamb, than a central attacking mid. A great card to have. Same is with Torres. I think he has good traits. He can also be used as a striker, yeah, because he has good physical strats. Yeah, but I would again use probably as a lamb than a striker because he has those finish shot traits and the curve, the long shots. In terms of chemistry, probably a marksman, yeah. Yeah, marksman. I don't have to improve his passing. Just want to focus on his short power, long shots, and a bit of physical attributes there. Barella, yep, he was also featured in our CM list. Will I use him as a cam? I would not, because he is missing those attributes, but as a CM, he's one of the best CMs, like box to box. Griezmann, one of the best cards that we have had this year. This one and also his 89 or 90, which was released like months ago, right? So he is with now, I mean, with double fire right now, you can use him anywhere, like even in the striker position, because he has those physical and heading accuracy. Well-rounded card. You can use him anywhere in the attacking position. But I will probably use him as my central attacking midfielder, which is Cam, striker, and then Ram. It's basically is covering most of the attacking areas of the pitch. Ndombele, one of the recent objectives. He's missing those traits. I mean, I would prefer long shot taker as a trait, but he's having those outside foot shot, and but his base card stats for short power, long shots, and curve are decent. So he can definitely play good in the center attacking midfield position. And if I want to probably give him an chem style, I would want to improve his finishing, bit of curve and speed. I mean, I know we cannot improve pace, shooting and passing, so I would probably compromise on pace, because it's a cam, so there's no way that he will be outrunning center backs, because he would be behind the center backs. So I would probably improve his shooting and passing. Yeah, dead eye maybe. Yeah. Again, this card he also featured in the center mid list, because he is a striker, by origin in his position. So will I use him as my cam? No, because he's missing those traits, right? So I'm emphasizing more on traits, because I believe traits are pretty important. But yeah, I mean, in terms of base stats, he has everything. I mean, you just put him in center mid, cam, striker, he'll get the job done. And last but not the least, I think this is one of the best cards from the Shapeshifter promo, right? Again, he's not having those traits which are required, but his base stats for a central attacking midfielder are great, right? And if I want to probably use him, I would rather use him as my Ram. Yep, Ram. Try to improve his curve attributes, and his short power and long shot, so that I can just cut inside, give those finish shots. And this was the top 23. Yeah, so these are the 23 cards, but there's one card and I was not able to obviously make room for that card here, but just taking so this was David Silva. Yeah, again a pretty old card. I would strictly use him only as my central attacking midfielder, because his stats for a cam are pretty amazing, and the cam style would obviously be Hawk, improve his short power, long shots, and strength. He has those great traits which are required for a cam. So this was just one of those cards which I was not able to make room for in this list, but yeah, it doesn't matter, because it is heavily dominated by the list which is in the bottom of our screens. Cool. I hope this was helpful, right? So we are now left with attackers, and which we'll cover in tomorrow's episode. If you're liking this, if you're loving this content, please do like and subscribe, right? So this will help our channel, and this will probably give us motivation to provide more content. Great, thanks, see you tomorrow.